Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're making this delicious fluffy Victorian sponge cake. So first of all, you start by creaming your butter, caster sugar and vanilla extract together till they're very nice and fluffy. You can use your hand mixer or you can do this by hand. As always, all the ingredients will be in link in description. Once the butter and sugar is creamed together, you're gonna add in your eggs one at a time, mixing after each addition. You're gonna mix this till it's nice and fluffy. It's fine if it curdles a bit because obviously you're mixing an egg with a butter, it is gonna curdle, so it is fine if it does. Even if you're doing it by hand, it is normal, do not worry about it. Make sure to scrape the sides of your bowl down in order to make sure everything is well incorporated. And also in the next clip, when I added the eggs, I did add both of them by mistake, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. Even if you add all of them at once, it's fine. Just make sure you really mix it well till it's fluffy. Once everything is mixed, you're gonna sift in your dry ingredients, so your flour, self-raising flour preferably, baking powder and baking soda. If you don't have self-raising flour, you can mix half a teaspoon of baking powder with your plain flour and then add in the other amount of baking powder. Then once you've sifted it in, you're gonna fold the mixture. Okay, fold the mixture nicely, and then before you continue with your hand mixer or with your whisk. I also add half of the amount of milk in here just to make sure you have a nice smooth batter. So I do add half of the flour and then half of the milk and half of the flour and the rest of the milk. So this allows your cake batter to be nice and smooth. This is the other amount of flour and the other amount of milk. And you're just gonna mix it till it's nice and smooth and fluffy like this. I use the hand mixer for this. Once your batter is done, split it into two 4-inch cake pans or any cake pans you have. Bake it in a preheated oven at 175 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. Or until a toothpick is inserted and comes out clean. When your cakes are finally cooked, invert them into a cooling rack and let them cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. So now we're going to make the buttercream. So I've softened butter in the bowl and you're just going to whip it till nice and fluffy. Once you've whipped it, you're going to sift in your powdered sugar. Make sure to sift it in so you have a smooth mixture. Also add in a splash of vanilla. This is optional, but this really enhances the buttercream flavor. You're just going to whip it till it's nice and fluffy. Take your time with this and make sure to scrape down your bowl. This allows for everything to be really well incorporated. Once you have fully mixed your buttercream, it should look like this, nice, pale and fluffy. There should be a change of color. Once your cakes are baked and fully cooled, you're gonna take one cake and you're gonna cut the top off, just so that way your cake can be nice and flat. You can leave one cake with the dome, so that way your cake can look really nice and pretty and big. So I've spread a thin layer of the buttercream and then you're gonna spread your jam. I'm using raspberry jam here. You can be free to use any jam of your choice. You can add as much buttercream or as much jam as you like. I just decided to add a small amount of buttercream because my family doesn't like much buttercream, but be free to do what you like. Once you have placed your buttercream and jam, you're just going to put on the top layer. This is why we didn't cut the top, just so it looks really nice and pretty. Top it off with some powdered sugar. Leave it in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes so you can solidify it and enjoy.